Wait, what? You're telling me the judge just slapped Jackie Christie with even more corruption charges? Oh no, baby. She's not just in hot water, she's fully submerged and boiling. Just when you thought the Jackie Christie courtroom circus couldn't get any messier, the legal god said, "Hold my gavel." This isn't just a scandal, it's a full-blown legacy demolition. The same Jackie who once flexed her boss energy on reality TV is now facing a fresh wave of legal hellfire that could leave her with nothing but jailhouse slippers and broken brand deals. The courtroom didn't just whisper today. It erupted. Sources inside say the judge didn't just reveal new charges. He exposed her. Fraud? Check. Racketeering? Double check. Money moving through shell companies named after her dog's astrological sign? Allegedly, yes. But the real question is, how deep does this go? Who else knew? And why was Doug Christie suddenly spotted leaving court with his head down and a lawyer glued to his side? Buckle up, because this is not just another celebrity scandal. This is the moment Jackie Christie's empire might finally collapse under the weight of her own lies. Welcome to Jackiegate, Part 4. And trust me, she's cooked. The courtroom was packed. Not a seat left. Not a sound heard. You could feel the tension slicing through the air like a steak knife at a reality show dinner fight. Jackie Christie walked in like she always does, head high, lips tight, rocking a designer blazer as if this was just another red carpet appearance. But the moment the judge entered and everyone stood up, that's when it hit different. Because this time, the headlines weren't chasing her. They were waiting to bury her. And then it happened. The judge cleared his throat, looked straight at Jackie, and announced new charges. That's right, new, as if the mountain of mess she was already under wasn't enough. These weren't just add-ons to an already disastrous case. They were bombshells designed to break her down completely. So, what's Jackie being accused of now? Well, buckle up. According to court documents unsealed just this morning, Jackie is now facing 3 additional corruption charges, all connected to a fake philanthropic trust called the Christie Foundation for Empowerment. Sounds noble, right? Except, the foundation doesn't have a single registered donation receipt or a single verified beneficiary. Oh, but it does have a luxury SUV registered under its name, records of first-class flights to Paris, Dubai, and allegedly a spiritual retreat in Tulum, where no such retreat ever took place. The court's exact words: "This foundation appears to be a sophisticated laundering channel disguised as a women's empowerment nonprofit." And if you think that's wild, wait till you hear who helped her set it up. Let's rewind for a second. Jackie Christie's fall from grace isn't exactly new. For the past year, her name has been synonymous with meltdowns, fraud accusations, and, let's not forget, her daughter Chantel leaking courtroom audio tapes that painted Jackie as a manipulative, emotionally abusive, image-obsessed puppet master who controlled her family like a TV cast. Remember those audio clips? "You'll never be anything without me. I made you." Yeah, those weren't just reality TV drama. Those tapes ended up in a court transcript. Jackie's empire didn't crumble, it imploded. But while we were all recovering from that shockwave, Jackie apparently had an entire second life of corruption running behind the scenes. Because now we're talking about wire fraud through fake empowerment events, shell companies tied to ghost employees, and a new charge: government grant abuse. Yes, government grants, as in pandemic-era funding allegedly filed by Jackie to support community outreach, which court documents now claim funded a kitchen renovation and luxury wardrobe. Essential to brand continuity, of course. You can't make this stuff up. Or maybe you can. Jackie certainly did. And the worst part? She did it all while standing on a public platform as a voice for women. The same Jackie who sold us mentorship workshops and self-worth seminars was allegedly using registration fees to fund private investment portfolios under the name JC Global Trust. You don't need to be an IRS agent to know that's shady as hell. Sources close to the case, anonymous of course, say this is just the start. One insider leaked a spreadsheet allegedly pulled from Jackie's inner circle showing over $1.8 million in unexplained transactions tied to 6 different LLCs. The names? All eerily similar. JC Wellness Christie Global Empower, her funds see the pattern? Here's where it gets dirtier. An ex-employee, whom we'll call Amber, claimed Jackie paid her $7,000 a month to act as an event coordinator for charity events that didn't exist. In her statement, she said, "I was told to make flyers, post online, and collect digital payments. But there were no venues, no schedules, and no attendees. Everything was fake." Worse, those digital payments were routed through a Square account tied to Jackie's production company, not a nonprofit. Oops. Now, let's talk connections. Who helped her run this web? Get ready, because here comes a twist that made the courtroom gasp. The judge named Doug Christie, Jackie's loyal, silent husband, as someone potentially complicit in the paper trail. According to a separate affidavit, Doug signed 3 of the foundation's financial documents as treasurer, one of which included a $75,000 vendor payment for a wellness performance speaker named CJ Love. No such speaker exists. Some believe that Alias is tied to an offshore account opened in BVI. Why BVI? Because it's one of the most commonly used tax havens for celebrities with something to hide. At this point in court, Jackie wasn't sitting tall anymore. She was stiff, stone-faced, cold. Like she just realized the judge didn't come to play games, because the line between celebrity drama and federal crime? It just disappeared. Now we move to the most chilling part of the proceedings. The judge confirmed that federal agents are currently reviewing every contract Jackie has signed since 2015. That includes TV appearance fees, speaking engagements, sponsorship deals, real estate partnerships, even her charity fashion line. Yes, that's under review too. As the judge listed out the new charges: wire fraud, charitable fraud, conspiracy to commit financial misrepresentation, the courtroom started buzzing. People pulled out their phones. Journalists started whispering. YouTuber bloggers in the back were already working on thumbnails. Because this wasn't just another trial. This was a full-on financial expose, and Jackie was the star. And if that wasn't enough, the court also confirmed that Chantel's original audio leaks, the ones that started this whole public unraveling, have now officially been entered into federal evidence. Which means more could be coming. More tapes, more receipts, more buried skeletons. But just before court adjourned, the judge made one last statement that left the entire room frozen. This court believes the extent of the alleged misconduct extends well beyond the documents currently presented. A full forensic financial audit will be conducted. All past and present associates of the accused will be reviewed. Translation: everyone Jackie ever worked with is now a potential target. And this is where it gets really scary, because sources say there are at least other celebrities tied to Jackie's fake foundation through joint ventures and collaborative appearances. But names haven't been dropped yet. Section 2. Scandal breakdown and public reaction. Main body. 1,200 words. When court resumed the following day, the energy was electric, tense, messy, and full of anticipation. Jackie Christie walked back into that courtroom knowing the world had changed overnight. The headlines were brutal. Social media was a battlefield. And the whispers around her weren't whispers anymore. They were roars. She was trending in over 12 countries. Hashtags like #JackieCooked, #CorruptChristie, and #SheScammed were flooding every platform. And then it happened. The judge opened the session with a sealed file, which he then dramatically unsealed in front of the entire courtroom. Inside, a newly declassified investigative report compiled by a joint task force that included the FBI, the IRS, and a financial crimes unit based in Los Angeles. The title of the report? The Christie Network, a coordinated scheme of financial deception. Yes, because according to this report, Jackie didn't act alone. She allegedly created a web of fake companies, silent partnerships, and influencer-funded projects to create the illusion of success and philanthropy, all while funneling cash into shell accounts and front businesses. One of the wildest discoveries? A travel consulting agency, supposedly owned by Jackie's second cousin. The agency received over $350,000 in event planning fees for charity seminars that never occurred. But the audit showed the cousin had 0 employees, no office, and no business license. In fact, the only address listed was AP. Oh, box in Reno. The prosecution played a slideshow of fake business names, all registered under variations of JC or Empower Her. There were over 22 in total. Among them, a shell company called Glow Up Media, supposedly a content creation house for underprivileged women. According to court findings, the only content created was an edited promo reel featuring Jackie giving a monologue about rising above adversity. The cost billed to the nonprofit? $112,000. In the gallery, jaws were on the floor. But the real storm was happening online. As the court was revealing receipts, Twitter was detonating. Users began digging into Jackie's past statements, old interviews, and even her Instagram captions. One viral post read, "Jackie said she empowers women, but couldn't even empower her taxes to be filed on time." And that wasn't the worst of it. Screenshots from a now-deleted LinkedIn profile emerged, one that listed Jackie as a founder and financial strategist for a defunct crypto project called Wifecoin. Yes, Wifecoin, supposedly launched in 2021 to support entrepreneurial women. The cryptocoin was promoted once, mentioned in a shady livestream, and then vanished, along with $600,000 in crowd-funded investment. According to the new corruption charges, Wifecoin funds were linked to the same Belizean accounts flagged under CJ Love. And just when you thought it couldn't get more surreal, enter the celebrity connections. The investigative report revealed that Jackie had co-hosted 3 charity galas between 2018 and 2022 with a now-retired R&B singer who was reportedly listed as an anonymous contributor on the Christie Foundation's IRS forms. Internet sleuths quickly matched dates and photos, and a well-known name was mentioned in court. Fans were already speculating, citing every artist with a reality TV cameo. Meanwhile, an anonymous source close to Jackie's team leaked a conversation transcript between Jackie and her PR manager, where she allegedly said, "Let them come. They can't prove where the money went unless someone flips." Well, someone might have flipped, because the next big bombshell in court came from the witness list. Among the names? Amber, the ex-employee who previously accused Jackie of paying her to run fake events. She is now officially listed as a cooperating witness. She's providing emails, receipts, calendar invites, and 4 bank transfers, with Jackie's initials in the memo line. It's like Jackie left a digital breadcrumb trail made of gold-plated guilt. But the real betrayal? It might come from even closer. Because right in the middle of this chaos, the judge confirmed that Doug Christie, her loyal, camera-shy husband, had been served a subpoena to produce personal and joint account records for the past 7 years. The court is now investigating whether Doug knowingly signed off on or benefited from these illicit financial activities. Doug didn't attend court that day. His lawyer did. And rumor has it that Doug's legal team is preparing for the possibility of being named as a co-conspirator if further financial links are uncovered. Meanwhile, the fallout outside the courtroom was snowballing. Within 24 hours of the new corruption charges being made public, Jackie's lifestyle brand was dropped by its main sponsor. Her podcast, Power Moves with Jackie, was pulled from 3 platforms. The TV network behind her reality show Legacy issued a statement saying they were reviewing all partnerships involving the Christie family. It didn't stop there. A women's conference that had previously named Jackie as a keynote speaker quietly scrubbed her from their site. Influencers who had once done paid collaborations with Jackie were posting apology videos, claiming they were unaware of her alleged misconduct. And guess who's not staying quiet during all of this? Chantel, Jackie's daughter, whose audio leaks helped ignite this public unraveling in the first place. She posted a cryptic Instagram story with a black screen and white text that simply read, "Told y'all this wasn't over." No caption, no tags. Just vibes and threat. Fans are now convinced Chantel has more recordings, more documents, and possibly more people ready to come forward. The courtroom drama isn't just legal anymore. It's personal. It's messy. It's a family implosion broadcast in high definition. But the final blow of the day didn't come from social media or a witness. It came from the prosecution's last slide. A timeline. A detailed, terrifying timeline outlining every suspicious financial transaction tied to Jackie. From 2016 to now, over 100 flagged items, color-coded, traced across 5 countries. And at the bottom of the slide, one final statement. Pending RICO classification in progress. Yes, RICO. If this gets approved, Jackie Christie won't just be facing fraud charges. She'll be at the center of a criminal conspiracy case. The same law used to take down mafias, drug cartels, and corporate crime rings. As the gavel dropped to close the session, the silence was deafening. Next time in court? The judge said they'll be hearing from 2 more surprise witnesses and possibly presenting the first round of asset seizure requests. Which raises the question, what happens if Jackie loses everything? What happens if Doug flips? What happens if Chantel releases more proof? And most importantly, who's going down next? The courtroom wasn't just tense. The next morning, it was radioactive. Reporters camped outside. Drones hovered above. And insiders whispered one terrifying phrase over and over again. She's done.
Why?
Because the federal government wasn't playing around anymore. Overnight, officials from the U.S. Attorney's Office filed a motion to freeze all known assets tied to Jackie Christie, including shared property, luxury vehicles, corporate accounts, and even royalties from past reality show appearances. The court approved it instantly. Jackie's empire, frozen. Her bank accounts, locked. Her Beverly Hills condo, seized, pending further investigation. But that wasn't even the most brutal part. Doug Christie, who had so far managed to tiptoe around the worst of it, was now officially under active criminal investigation. According to leaked reports, Doug had allegedly co-signed 3 wire transfers to offshore accounts totaling more than $900,000. The feds were no longer asking questions. They were preparing indictments. And while Jackie tried to keep calm on the outside, sources close to her legal team